Okay, so hi everyone. My name is Anirudh from Geeks for Geeks, and today I'll be hosting this webinar session where we'll have a conversation with the young geeks. So, this webinar is named Conversation with the Geeks, and we are happy to have on board with us Miss Khushi. So, we'll be talking about her likes and interest and what actually inspired her towards her journey of coding and how did she learn, how did all of that started, and we'll ask her a little rapid fire questions in the end. So let's not waste time. Let's add this Kushi. So hi Kushi, how are you doing today?
Hi, sir. I'm fine. What about you?
I'm doing fine as well. Thank you, thank you for asking me how I am doing. So Kushi, firstly, thank you so much for coming, taking out time and coming on board for this webinar session. We are grateful that we have you on board today, and let's start this webinar, Kushi.
Yes, sir. Sure.
Okay. So, the first question from our side towards you would be, tell our viewers a little bit about yourself, as in which grade you are in, from which city you are from, your school, and your little bit about your school life.
Okay. Hello, everyone. I'm Khushi Yadav from New Delhi, India. I'm a student of Government Girls Senior Secondary School. I'm an 11th grade student. I'm a web developer and currently working on some of my web development projects. Apart from this, I'm also getting my hands on Python.
Okay. So, you are in grade 11th, and you have already started learning Python and web development.
Yes,
So
sir.
that's a really big thing to achieve at such a young age. And frankly, when I was in 11th, I opted computer science, but I dropped out of computer science in class 12th. It was not my cup of tea. But yeah, it's really great to know that at such a young age you have already started your coding journey and you are doing these professional things in school life itself. So what would be what would be the factor, or what was the driving force that actually made you start your coding journey, and how did that happen, how did it start?
So basically, I have started coding when I was in 10th, just a 1 year before.
Okay.
I came in contact with one of my friend who was working in web development projects, and I was completely new at that time to the thing. So with that time, I came to know about web development, and it fascinated me very much. So I have started with that, and this is how it started. But with 1 year I have learned a lot of things, how the things work, how we have to present our work, and many of other things rather than technical things also. This
Okay,
coding
so yeah, please go on, please continue.
this coding journey has changed my personality. I have become more confident than earlier.
Okay. So the as in when you started your coding journey, so did you get help from a mentor or a teacher, or did your parents support you that this is a good idea, you should go for it, or you had friends with you that motivated you to know more about coding and start practicing to code and everything?
Actually, my parents always helped me mentally, but they were not
Mm.
that much educated to help me uh,
Okay.
by educating. But
Mhm.
yeah, the main thing which helped me is my passion, and also YouTube. It has everything.
Okay.
Especially, I have taken course of Geeks for Geeks. Also, it helped me a lot.
Okay. So, I mean, I have not actually met a lot of kids, who are actually into coding, and they are actually into learning and everything. Because these days, most of the people who are at your age, they use internet just by consuming it. Like they would be mostly on social media, scrolling through reels on Instagram, or watching something or the other on YouTube. But you actually used YouTube as a tool, to start studying and start practicing to code. That's really great. That's really inspirational towards a lot of people. So great job over there, Kushi. I hope you excel with your coding journey. So let's move on with this webinar and get on to the next question. So it's actually you answered some of it in in the previous question as well. So what motivated you, or what made you have this bonding towards coding, and what that made you like coding?
It's a funny answer, but yeah, I
Okay.
like colorful websites and apps.
Hmm.
So this is what motivated me and attracted me.
So when you first saw a colorful website, that was a point that you said it to
Yeah,
yourself that
I
I want to
always
learn.
wanted to know how these websites are made and how the
Hmm.
apps are made, but I didn't know what should I do to know. But in 10th, I came to
Okay.
know, and then I started.
Okay, so that's a really honest and a really good answer. So thank you for that. And it was nice to know that you actually started coding because that fascinated you, the colorful website. So it's the first time I am hearing this from someone. But yeah, it's great that something is better than nothing. And now that you have already into developing websites, that's a great achievement in itself. So let's move on to the next question. So yep. So how what was your schedule during your days in ninth and 10th standard? Not ninth, but basically in 10th standard, because the pressure of board exams, and it's the first time you are giving boards or the 10th standard board. So that time is it's really difficult to manage time, because most of the time you are worrying about the board exams and studying that part. So how did you manage your time to learn coding and also your school studies and school life?
It was difficult, but I have managed. I have made a timetable and given 2 hours a day for coding and rest for my studies because we can't neglect boards also.
Okay, yeah, board exam is important, but actually, it is really, really difficult to take out time and be disciplined enough and motivated enough to learn something while you are actually the pressure of board exams is already on your head and you have to learn coding also.
Yes,
So,
sir.
yeah, please
I,
go on, please continue.
I have cut down my television, my mobile usage time to get my coding time.
Okay, so you quit social media, or were
Yes,
you on
sir,
social media?
completely.
So you were not using social media at all, and you were, your time was just studying for board exams and learning to code
Yes, sir,
and
I have
learning
to
to.
cut down that time for my
Hmm.
coding.
So that's a very really unique trait someone has because not every day you get to meet someone who is taking out time and quitting social media while everyone is on social media. You are not going over there wasting your time. That's a really great job over there. So your parents must be really happy, right? That they have such a brilliant child with them.
Yes, sir, but my mom was not that much happy. She wanted me to at least spend some time with
Hmm.
doing relax, watching TV also, having some
Mhm.
relaxed time also. But I didn't listen her.
So do you not take the breaks or timeouts between your studying?
I started studying since 8 a.m.
Mm.
in the morning and
Mm.
continue till 2 for and take a lunch break, and then from 3 continue till 9.
So you should go for I mean it's up to you, but I think if you go for little walks, or if you start playing a little something a sports, or getting into some activity that helps you take off some pressure, or helps you relax. So
Yes, sir. That's why my mom also scolded me that why don't you take breaks?
okay, so it's up to you, but if you are okay with it, and your mind is actually refreshed, and you are studying really properly, so it's not such a big deal. But personally, I would advise you to take a little bit of time and take a little break, and to catch up with things. But it's okay.
Yes,
That's
yes,
good
sir.
to know.
I'll consider it.
Okay, bold answer, but that's really good. Tells us about how confident you are, and towards your your dedication towards coding and everything. So can you tell us a little bit about your school and your school life these days in COVID situation?
I have taken admission in new school, obviously,
Mm.
because my school didn't have science,
Okay.
and I have taken science. But and due to COVID, I have no friends.
Okay. So, what about old friends from old school? Do you not talk to them now?
I have little conversation in 5 days, but they were also busy with their studies, so
Okay.
I have not met them since 2 years.
Okay, so let's move on to the next question. So, do you think that starting earlier, as in if you are in say eighth or ninth grade, and you want to start to learn coding, so is it actually beneficial when you actually start earlier and start actually learning coding and programming?
Yes, sir, definitely it is beneficial to start as early as possible, because if you are starting early, you have more and more time, so you can learn more languages. And also, if you give enough time for any language, you can be a pro at a very young age.
Okay, so that's a really good answer. So let's move on to the next question. So, share your thoughts on why starting to code in earlier in school can be actually beneficial in the future for people, for kids your age, or for someone who is in say seventh or eighth grade, and he is starting to know that websites and nowadays, because everyone is playing mobile games or browsing the internet, getting on some website or the other. So children do get to know that this is coding, and this is made because someone some engineer and someone who is who has a good knowledge of programming made this website. So is it good that they should get earlier into coding, or should they is it okay if they start late?
सर इसका तो बस यही था, जब जागो तब सवेरा. If
Okay.
they started if they started
Mhm.
early, then they
Mhm.
will have more experience with anything like web development or game development, whichever field they like. And also, this helps in their mathematical calculations. Also, it enhances their mathematical calculation, which will obviously help in their in school studies also. Also,
Okay.
programming helps in our logical thinking, reasoning thinking.
So, yeah, that was a really good answer and really straight to the point, honest answer. So, let's move on to the next question, shall we? So, do you have any preferences for coding languages? As in, do you prefer Java over C, or Python over say C plus plus, or do you like all of
So,
these languages?
nahi, actually, my one of my favorite languages is Python. It is a very beginner friendly language. Also, its syntaxes are mostly English based, so it is easy
Mhm.
to understand. And
Okay.
also, it also helps us in machine learning, artificial intelligence. And machine learning and artificial
Mhm.
intelligence are the future scope. Also,
Okay.
it is behind. Also, many tech giants are using it, like Facebook, Pinterest. All are
Mhm.
using Python only.
Okay, so you have already started to, started to read about importance of Python, and I think you
Actually,
already must have an
I'm
idea. Yeah, yeah. Please go on. Please go on.
I'm working with Python also.
Okay, so you are working on a project that includes Python, or with Python, as in using the language.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so you are doing such great things at such an early age. That's that's really nice to know, and it's really inspirational that someone at your age is already so much into this, and you have already known the concepts of professional usage and application of programming languages. So that was really great to know. So I think this would be an apt question for you, the next one. So, what are your thoughts on future aspects of coding in terms of the industry and the career you want to build in this particular field?
Um, I think machine learning and artificial intelligence will be the future of coding, because with the enormous increasing data day by day, machine learning will definitely help in better calculations, and better calculation, faster results also.
Okay, so good job with knowing all the professional things of this field at such a young age. So actually, people struggle a lot, in the later years of their school, and even in their educational days in college, or say when they are in engineering or doing BSc. So people struggle a lot with the coding languages because they want to build a career in this field, but they have a difficulty understanding the concepts, or understanding the advanced things in coding, or say programming languages. But I think your base must have been clear by now, because you're already into website development. So that's a great achievement at this age. So let's move on to the next part of this webinar, and this would be a final chapter of this webinar. So this would be themed this or that. So you can choose your answer in, like, say, what do you prefer, Android or iOS? So let's go on with this question only. So what do you prefer, Android or iOS?
Android.
So you like Android. Do you have an Android phone right now?
Yes,
So any particular reason that you like Android more than iOS?
I still think iOS is limited to some persons only, but if we get into an Android app development, it
Mm-hmm.
has more scope. We can connect to more people.
Okay, so what would you prefer? An ebook from Amazon Kindle, or any ebook reader, or a paper book, like with soft or
Paper
hard
book.
copy? So you like paper books.
Yeah,
So personally, I also like paper books. They are much fun to read.
yeah.
So what would you prefer, a PC or a laptop?
Laptop.
So you prefer a laptop. So that's great. So what would you prefer? Your favorite e-commerce website, would it be Flipkart or would it be Amazon?
Amazon.
Oh, okay. So I think a lot of people would like Amazon more than Flipkart these days.
Yeah.
But personally, I also like Amazon. So the last this or that question would be, what do you like more, maths or science?
Well, this is a tough question because I
Oh,
like maths, chemistry, and bio, but not physics.
okay. So do you hate physics, or do you don't like it that much?
I hate physics.
What is the reason behind hating physics so much?
I never understand physics.
Okay. I think you will, because you are already good at a lot of things. So learning physics for you would not be that hard. So right now, could you tell us a little bit about what projects you are working on?
Currently, I'm working on making some of websites clone. Like currently, I'm making Byju's website clone.
So you are making a Byju's website clone.
Yeah,
So is it actually a complete interpretation, or are you making something similar to that platform?
I'm making this similar to it.
Mm-hmm. So you like this education tech sector, because this edtech sector in last, say, 5 years is on the boom, and
Yeah,
they have gathered so much, billions of dollars of funding have been raised in edtech sector. So
yeah.
did you have any reason to like that sector?
No, and not any reason to opt it, but I have made many other websites clone also, so I have taken this challenge this time. Like I
Okay,
have
so
made a Netflix clone, and also
mhm.
Vedantu clone.
Okay, so you have also made Netflix clone.
Yeah,
Okay, that's amazing. That's really great to hear. So that was it for today, and thank you so much for coming on board, Khushi, and sharing your views and opinions with us. It was really nice to have a conversation with you,
same here, sir.
and we wish you all the best in your future endeavors. I really hope that you achieve great things in future, because it's already looking very bright. Because you are already in 11th, and you are into website development. and making clones of websites like Netflix and Baiju's. So yep, so let's wind up this webinar. And thank you again. Thank you so much. And we are really grateful that we had someone like you on board and being able to have a conversation with you. Okay, am I audible to you?
Yes, sir.
Okay, okay, okay. So that was pretty much it for today, guys. So I'll see you later, Sushi. Bye bye.
Okay,
Bye.
bye, sir.
Okay. So that was it for today, guys. And if you like this video and if you want to, if you want us to continue making these videos, let us know in the comments. And please do share this video with your friends and family. So I'll catch you in the next one.